This meeting is being recorded.
John Giamatteo is going to kick off the event. Following him, the IoT division will have President Matthias Eriksson and VP of Products and Strategy, Grant Corville.
This
CFO,
meeting
Tim
is being
Foote,
recorded.
And CFO IoT, Vito Gialorenzo, provide a financial update. For those in the room, we please ask you to save your questions for the Q&A session that will follow the financial update. For everyone online, feel free to submit your questions through the Q&A function in the bottom right corner of your WebEx at any time. We'll address as many questions during the Q&A session as we can. This presentation is available to the general public on our investor relations section of the BlackBerry.com website, and a replay will be available on the BlackBerry.com website as well. Today, management is going to be making forward-looking statements about our expectations. These statements are subject to the risks and uncertainties that could cause our actual results to differ materially. These risks and uncertainties include the factors identified in our filings on EDGAR and SEDAR+. So please review the safe harbor statement on the screen. On the screen and in the presentation. On the screen and on the first page of the presentation, as the content of today's event will be governed by this language. Please also see our statement on the non-GAAP financial measures, as the financial metrics in this presentation, other than revenue, will be in non-GAAP terms. Now that we have all the housekeeping items out of the way, let's begin.
Do you know what the company BlackBerry does today?
I didn't know they still existed.
Not a clue, no.
We got no idea.
No. No idea.
I'm not sure what's going on with BlackBerry right now.
I have no idea. I have no idea they even existed still.
No, I actually don't. I would like to know.
Are they still around?
Please welcome to the stage BlackBerry's Chief Executive Officer, John Giamatteo.
Good morning, and thank you all for joining us today. For those that I've not met, my name is John Giamatteo, and as CEO of BlackBerry, I'd like to welcome you to our Investor Day. I'm so pleased that you've all taken some time to be here with us, whether it's live here in the room or virtually, as we share some exciting updates about this great company and the amazing transformation that we're going through. As you saw in the video, when people hear the name BlackBerry, quite often one question comes to mind. BlackBerry, are you still around? We hear it all the time, talking to our customers and partners and different people. Since joining the company, and particularly since stepping into the CEO role, I really hear this question a lot. And perhaps it's really not surprising, given the evolution the company has made by focusing strictly on software and services. However, it is a question that I'm proud to answer. This year, we celebrated our 40th anniversary, and 40 years on, BlackBerry continues to have an incredible brand recognition in the technology industry. As I've mentioned on many occasions, it was our rich history is one of the things that drew me to the company in the first place. And while it's true the products and services that we're delivering today and will continue to offer in the future can't be held in the palm of your hand, the core values of what we deliver to our customers hasn't really changed that much. Security, trust, and innovation. This is the promise of BlackBerry, and this has never changed. For those of you that have watched our evolution over the years, you know that BlackBerry has always been about more than just a handset. We deliver innovative, trusted, and secure solutions designed to accelerate the world around us. From powering the safety-critical systems in your vehicle, to protecting governments around the world, to ensuring the security and business continuity across regulated industries, to supporting small and medium-sized businesses with the most advanced AI-based cybersecurity solutions in the industry, BlackBerry is there. And I can assure you, not only are we still around, but we're also making significant progress across all aspects of our business. Since our leadership team change this past December, we made the fundamental decision to focus the company on two virtually autonomous divisions. Now, why was this fundamental? It created clarity and focus. There were a lot of little things we were doing, little investments, little future visions, all things that served to distract the organization. So we decided, if it's not cyber, if it's not IoT, we aren't doing it. And this clarity, this focus, has allowed us to make tremendous progress that we're going to highlight for you today, with a clear vision and line of sight to where we want to go from a profitability and cash flow perspective. Now, to set the stage for what's to come over the next few hours, I'd like to walk you through some of the key components of this transformation that really illustrate the incredible progress that we're making as an organization and why we think you should be taking another look at this great company. First, let's take a closer look at the strength of our portfolio across both our IoT and cybersecurity businesses. Starting with IoT, our QNX software is the clear leader in the automotive software industry, powering over 255 million vehicles worldwide. QNX is essentially the foundational operating system that powers your car, providing the next generation mission-critical safety systems, merging unprecedented performance with unparalleled security and reliability. I'm incredibly proud of the fact that we work with all 10 of the top 10 global automakers and 24 of the 25 top electric vehicle OEMs. Thanks to these strong relationships, This business continues to benefit from strong, multi-year secular tailwinds, positioning us well for sustained growth and success. And it's a business we are remarkably excited about. Matthias and team will provide a much deeper dive into this business for us a little bit later today. On the cybersecurity front, this division includes a collection of different capabilities that align across two key functional categories: secure communications and endpoint security. Secure communications, of course, is at the core of what BlackBerry has always provided. From protecting mobile devices with BlackBerry UEM, to advanced critical event management functionality with BlackBerry Ad Hoc, to offering the highest level of encryption across voice, video, and data with SecuSuite, our strong heritage of security, trust, and innovation shines through. And on the endpoint security side, our Cylance solutions provide some of the most advanced AI, ML-based cybersecurity solutions in the industry, including a full range of managed detection and response capabilities. Our cybersecurity division works with all G7 governments and the majority of the G20. 8 out of the 10 largest global banks, we power them in some way. We're the #1 provider for critical events management software in the US federal government. And as the pioneer in leveraging artificial intelligence in cybersecurity, we hold 5 times more patents for malware detection and neural networks than any of our competitors. The cyber team will also be joining us later today to expand on the work that they are doing as well. So second, I'm pleased to say that over the past 10 months, we've made significant progress in reshaping our cost profile, with rationalization efforts across laboratories, global facilities, and corporate infrastructure, all aimed at establishing 2 virtually autonomous business units. Thus far, we've reduced our global footprint by 14 locations. We've consolidated our global lab presence by 50%. We took a really hard look at our cloud infrastructure, reducing this spend by an additional 38%. And we shuttered a number of what I like to sometimes call science projects that don't necessarily advance the primary goals of our 2 business divisions. And I'm pleased to say that over the past 10 months, these efforts have resulted in significant savings of approximately $135 million, setting us up for a return to profitability and return to positive cash flow as we move into the end of this year. Now, third, across each of our 2 business units, the underlying fundamentals are reflecting significant improvement. Now, for QNX, this manifests itself in the form of our royalty backlog, a key indicator of estimated future revenues that we expect to come on the continuum of a long life cycle business. When we achieve a design win with one of our automotive partners, we could expect revenue generation for around 7 to 10 years. And over the past 2 years, this royalty backlog has grown substantially, from $560 million in the first quarter of fiscal year 23 to $815 million at the end of our fiscal year 24. Needless to say, this is something we are very excited about. And Vito is going to dive into this in more detail later on today. On the cybersecurity side, despite some recent headwinds over the course of the last year or so, our 2 key metrics that really show the underlying health of this business, annual recurring revenue and dollar-based net retention rate, have each begun to move at a good pace into a much more stable and sustainable place. And our newly appointed CFO, Tim Foote, is going to join us later today to talk more about that as well. So now, fourth, when you consider the cost savings that we've achieved and the improving fundamentals of our business units, that are starting to generate top-line stability and in some cases growth, you could see that our cash flow position has improved dramatically. In our Q2 of last year, our cash burn was approximately $56 million a quarter. Today, we've narrowed that to around $13 million with further improvements on the horizon. And when you couple that with the capital raise that we executed back in January, we find that our balance sheet now is in as strong a position as ever to execute on our plan to bring this great company back to growth. And finally, a crucial aspect of our transformation journey has centered on driving increased focus and optionality from our two virtually autonomous divisions. Real transformation requires clarity. Clarity not only on what we're focused on, but just as importantly, what we're not. And getting these two businesses, IoT and cybersecurity, firing on all cylinders has been a key priority for myself and the leadership team as we work to get BlackBerry back to profitability and set the stage for future growth. Now, in the context of this transformational progress that we've made, it's our capital allocation strategy that the team and I are now focused on. A little bit of a story. Some years ago, BlackBerry made a big bet in expanding its addressable market beyond its primary expertise of secure communications and into a rapidly growing endpoint security market. At the time, Cylance was an up-and-coming leader in the endpoint protection and next-generation antivirus, introducing artificial intelligence and machine learning into the realm of cybersecurity. It was a bold bet, but the market quickly shifted. It shifted its focus from endpoint protection to endpoint detection and response, or EDR, a solution that Cylance did not address, didn't have it in the portfolio. So since that time, closing this competitive gap has been our number one capital allocation priority as a company. And while we've made tremendous progress, adding both EDR and managed detection and response capabilities to our portfolio, while also increasing our IP in artificial intelligence and machine learning, the cybersecurity market is a highly competitive one. And at its current scale, the Cylance business still requires significant investment to drive growth. So as part of our ongoing transformation, BlackBerry's new management team and I have taken a fresh look across the entire portfolio, including the relative levels of profitability for each part of the business and their respective growth potential. This review has revealed that 3 of the 4 components of the cybersecurity division, those which leverage BlackBerry's traditional core competency of secure communications, UEM, ad hoc, and SecuSmart, collectively represent a healthy, profitable, and stable business. They also share notable customer crossover, each sharing the government sector as their largest market vertical. So we believe that with a sustainable industry average level of investment in R&D and go-to-market, these 3 parts of the business will provide healthy cash generation for the company. And while we've seen improvements in our Cylance metrics, due to the significant untapped near adjacencies to expand into, including extending our offerings in automotive or more fully addressing adjacent verticals in the general embedded markets, such as medical, industrial, and robotics. I'm very confident in this new, clear, and focused capital allocation strategy for BlackBerry. By assessing the decisions we made in recent years that have worked well and those that haven't, we've learned that focusing on our core competencies rather than taking significant steps into relatively unknown verticals represents the most successful path for BlackBerry. And as we move forward with any new investments, whether organic or inorganic, it'll be closely scrutinized to ensure that they are set up for success. Now, armed with these learnings, BlackBerry and the new management team are in a much stronger position to execute going forward. So, over the course of the past 10 months, we've been engaged in an aggressive transformation designed to leverage the strength of our portfolio, reshape our cost profile, and improve the fundamentals across our two virtually autonomous business units. And while we work to build upon this progress, the team and I are excited to share some updates on that today, and I'm sure you're going to like what you see. We're making tremendous progress, and I'm really proud of everybody and what they've contributed. For 40 years, BlackBerry has stood on the foundation of security, trust, and innovation. And while you may not always realize it, we remain a pervasive presence in the lives of people around the world. Whether it's powering your car safety critical systems, making sure that you arrive with your family safely on your destination on your annual road trip, BlackBerry is there. Or it could be in the mobility apps that enhance your productivity at work, or the file sharing solutions that enable secure collaboration with your teammates. BlackBerry is there. Your government or bank likely relies on BlackBerry to safeguard your most sensitive data. Your doctor might use our software to securely communicate with you and remotely monitor your health. Your business may deploy our industry-leading critical events management software to ensure the safety of your colleagues during a crisis, or our AI-based cybersecurity protection to thwart malicious actors. Across it all, BlackBerry is there. And while